cast Fireball.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you with a fireball.
Okay, that's... Here I'm trying to introduce my kick-ass new third season music, and you're just killing it with this. I want to hear the rest of this Disney song. What happens next? No?
Oh, I don't know. I'll figure it out, though. I'll run with it. Because now my head's going on it.
Yeah. Get them. Poke the berries, writing lyrics. I see you out of the corner of my eye, Messina. And it's like, make the music swell, pushing levels up and down, and he's... So we're in a mood. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Elven Portal podcast. We are playing Pathfinder's Legacy Edition. Perhaps we'll get into the new Core Edition. That remains to be seen. There's a lot to discuss in that, because while the players might go from casting Acid Ball that directly targets a 1d3, 1d6, and splashes for 1 point of damage, now called Caustic Explosion, and everything in a 5-foot burst takes the same big damage. Huh?
Love it.
Yeah? But I'm running Age of Ashes Legacy. Like, my monsters are not updated to the core. So that's like advantage to player. Not sure about that. But we'll look at...
Are all the regular rules still on this one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, we're playing Legacy, but I tell you, the thing they buffed the most and changed the most was magic. If you check out the rules lawyer, this cool dude that just goes through the book, the game is 95% the same, but the changes, like Joe was talking about, the single action to swap a weapon, single action to switch position with somebody, and some of the way they're getting into some spell reactions and type of thing are huge changes that we should seriously consider.
Well, that was one of the biggest complaints about second edition Pathfinder, was that mages were so underwhelming.
Well, they're digging in. They're digging in. But we need to launch. We need to launch now. But I'm just saying, hearing from you, the listener, not just our patrons, not just the ne'er-do-wells on Discord. I mean, you, if you've come this far, dear listener, 3 books, well over 100 episodes. Please, anonymously, an email to rollmongers@gmail.com. A comment. I know a lot of people are not comfortable putting themselves out there, okay? We don't have any tracking. There's no one up in your grill. I'll try to stay away from your windows at night. Just saying. We'd like your voice to be heard, because if we make that switch to core, I don't want to lose loyal audience. I had wrestled with turning Mummy's Mask into second edition for the longest time. And recently, a new listener came on Discord, goes by the name Shadow, don't know the real name, okay, just Shadow, and said he found us through Hell's Vengeance, through the Foul Play, and was curious how we would handle the Evil campaign, and he loves first edition, and he says, I'm doing first edition at home, and he wanted to see other people doing it. Well, that locks me into not just every October for Hell's Vengeance, but keeping Mummy's Mask, Dice for Dishonor, War for the Crown in first edition, so that we still offer that, maybe not as much or as often, but we still offer that for the listeners that we may have lost coming into second edition.
And that just goes to show, folks, that if you feel that your one opinion can't make any changes in this world, Jeff has just proven that to be a falsity.
Yes. I change my mind every time a fan makes a comment. I love taking screenshots of people's comments and just sharing them with the cast. Now, again, not to put anybody off or freak anybody out, but just take a screenshot and go, see, I was right. There's little things like that. Once in a while, make me feel better. Guys, I would like to mention where we left off, where 5 adventurers had come together in a jungle and sat down and had one last drink, recounting their tales of how they met, recounting how when they first came across the Lotus Gate, Fabam. Yeah, you see that? And then realizing that they had sold the key to the Hunter's Gate, Fabam. I'm showing a broken portal. Now I'm showing a portal with the moons and the different phases and the birds on it. And then going into town and very luckily finding said arrowhead key. Fabam. Fabam means I'm posting video pictures just in case. The podcast audience going, what is he doing?
Pontiac's going to sue us for that.
Spending. They've copyright Fabam.
No, that arrowhead is the exact same emblem you see emblazoned on the top of the Firebird hood.
Yeah, well, I guess they go after Paizo for that. After spending 88/96 episodes in the jungle,
Man.
our homebrew content didn't help pushing it by another 8.
Unwelcome
I'm gonna
to the
miss that
jungle.
place.
We got not fun and games. Gonna track in the mud in.
At the very track in the Messina's had to just spend the night writing parody lyrics for whatever pops in our heads. The Queens
An unrelated rock band.
of an unrelated rock band. No. The 2 Yukijay Queens, Ase Utsu, right? And Otsi Penin. 1 a warrior, 1 a mage. Decided to gift us, even though we didn't make 25 IP points and get the big bonus gift because of some elephant thing. You guys were given a star knife called Eclipse. Now this star knife is badass because the blades look like they're made out of a deep purple starlit sky metal.
That is pretty cool.
Imagine a single handle that you're grasping the size of your Hound, and around it a disc, almost like an Inquisitor's lightsaber disc. And then out 4 compass points are these short dagger blades. That is a star knife. It is commonly wielded by followers of Desna. They tell you, after they had learned a little bit from you about the Elven portal ring, that this is the key to the Dream Gate. Behold, a gate covered with stars and butterflies.
Cool.
Looks safe, doesn't it?
So nobody's going to be wielding that as a weapon, I guess.
Why not?
Okay.
It doubles
Well,
as
then
a...
I have one requirement for whoever wields it. You have to make the sound effect shwow every time you use it. This is a very old reference. It dates me very much. But those who know will know.
Well,
Shwow.
I was
Shwow.
thinking more Crow, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think of.
Oh man.
The old nod to the B fantasy movie, right?
B. What are you talking about, B?
B grade.
There was no B in that movie.
B grade, cult classic.
Oh, there's definitely a cult.
So, picking the story up an actual week later, skipping through the portal bit, skipping through construction and spending our money on more construction and seeing how the construction is going on the Citadel, Eldorain, or as you buggers named it, Rainbow Sparkle Unicorn Fart Castle or something like that. Castle Rainbow Sparkle Farts. I put that in the notes now. If you guys go to your notes in Fantasy Grounds, you will see Castle Rainbow Unicorn Sparkle Farts repair our Citadel. And I talk about, I've broken it all down. I've done my homework. I've done crafty DCs, how much it costs you guys, how many days it'll take to build things like upgrading the outside defenses, building a workshop, building a library, building an infirmary, building a training facility devoted to a single bit of retraining. You guys want to retrain feats, you can do it in your own castle. Rebuilding the battlements themselves. repairing wall crumbled. Now, you guys had done quite a bit. And like I said, we're skipping over that just for now because we'll come back to it. Because I didn't want to start season 3 with like a whole bunch of world build metagame kind of thing. We can come back to that.
That's fine. But can you give us an overview? Are we coming home to a completed looking fortress?
No, not nearly.
Okay.
They're still building the massive holes in the outer walls.
Damn.
You guys are in the 40 to 50 day mark.
How long
where
were we gone for? 96 episodes?
Yeah. I'm still working at the math, but it's like 40 to 50 days.
Oh, okay.
And since these projects take like 8 days or 16 days or 20 days, you know, right? Plus, every time you start a new project, it takes a whole day just to organize labor. You know, because you guys just...
I would say it's probably 2 days because we're using goblin labor.
Organizing labor is really easy. You just put the casks of mead near the thing that you want done.
That just slows down production, man. You know that.
It depends.
Oh, I thought about
dwarves.
it. It's like, well, sure, if you have this 24-hour day labor force. Now, we went with the whole goblins break stuff, so your supplies are at 150%, where your cost of goblin labor is at 50%, so it works out to like what the module does. But organizing labor for a day is spending an entire day teaching the goblins what you want done. It's like the foreman comes to the construction site, says, "This is what we're doing today, guys, and this is how we're going to go about it."
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think it would have taken longer than a day. I think you should double that time for sure.
We'll look into it. We'll look into it.
I guess you could do some roles based on the craftsmanship of the foreman. We did hire that dude.
Yeah, no, you guys do have Rorsk, Axebane.
Yeah, that guy.
There we go. I spent hours lining up these pictures so they would pop up in order that I thought you'd mention people.
Or as people in the real world commonly refer to him, Thorn, because he looks exactly like him.
But we're changing the last name. Birch.
He looks like a dwarf that's like embraced the Viking way. The guy does not look like a stonesmith, but he is.
Surprise, surprise.
I love how he's got the Tyson face tattoos.
That's the more Viking look.
Somebody that's become instrumental is an actual Wainwright. And a Wainwright is someone that... Anyone?
Wright's weighing.
They make wagons and repair wagons.
Oh, tip of the tongue.
So, meeting and contracting with Fattleby Vusker has been instrumental because this guy runs the stone from the quarry. This guy keeps the wagons in repair as you guys are getting supplies. Because remember, you're 11 miles out of town where all the supplies are. Right? Somebody has to take all this stuff back and forth. And this guy keeps building wagons and maintaining the ones you're using to keep the supplies going. You know the old saying, an army marches on its stomach. Your citadel, your castle won't rainbow fart unless you get supplies there. So this guy's become instrumental. Now, we've had some setbacks. Miros' body has been shipped off and we've lost Frank Hamilton from the show.
That's okay, I got a new one.
Smaller, compact, more efficient, right?
That's right, but 2 times as angry.
2 times as angry. All the chest hair that now grows on your head, still green, that this is what's pissing you off?
It changes based on the mood.
He's got mood hair.
There, you got it.
Dude, hey, if your mood changes, don't say I'm angry or whatever, just say my hair turns. And then just tell us.
Dark green.
Tracks, though. That's good. I like that.
My hair turns. And your tone will set the color. We'll just guess. We'll give out hero points if
when
people
he's
can guess
scared,
the color.
It just lays flat.
Yeah. like wolf ears, right? They go back, they go forward.
Oh, yeah, I am part druid.
It swooshes romantically whenever he's attracted to somebody. It's just endless with the hair.
Just
curls up. It turns into a giant heart.
Blows in the wind when he's being epic and heroic.
There's always a breeze.
But there's no breeze. It's just his hair making it look like there is.
So, picking up the story a week later means 2 things. First, Glug Glug, played by Doug Baldwin, his cameo ended, but the character has not. I've asked him to keep him leveled with the party, which means we got to keep him in approximate distance to the party. So he's believed that his character and his god would like him to leave the foreign jungle, to come through, hang out at the castle, And him going into town, just going into a human town of Breach Hill is like a big thing for him, right? Might even call up Doug and do some little segue cameo bits with like big orc in the big city kind of thing, you know. He discovers a bakery. What is this? You know, like, you imagine like an orc that was born, bred, lived and hunted in the jungle, walks into a bakery. Like all this food, all this sweets, all these senses, you know. Mental warfare. What do you call this? Pie? Genius. I would like to buy the pies. I keep forgetting he does a southern accent, right? Comes back with a stack of pies. Like the box the waiter kept pushing on the guy and defending your life. You want pie? I'm going to get you 20 pies. And he comes back with like a stack of pies he's supposed to take home and eat in his room. So, hooking up our orc to guard the Wainwright, to interact with the goblins and yourselves. You know, maybe it's like you guys are babysitting when somebody is always on glug duty, so he doesn't wander or become too righteous or redeem somebody, right? Good thing Voz went up the mountain with with Theowen, right? She's my prisoner, and that's how we're keeping it. You're not making her think of fluffy hearts, you know? Right?
What happened with the spider lady? Is she still living down there? She went back to the jungle, didn't she?
He went back to home.
Oh,
Went back
Renali.
home.
Her people live in the jungle. She was very thankful. Now, you guys are setting up trade routes and stuff, and you have the Gripply, right?
Yep.
Right? You could invite Renali.
For sure.
Her herself might come as an ambassador, but a lot of people, even the Ukaj, are they respect your people and they understand that they're mostly harmless, but, you know, they're spider people. You know, they are very aware that their alternate form really unnerves people. It's like written in the lore. I'm not trying to be weird or unpolitically correct in this. No, I mean like right in the lore, you know. I was reading the adventure about the school in the Maigi Expanse, 10,000 strong.
Yep.
And they have a mother with 2 kids, and she goes to college and lives in the dorm with you guys, and she's an Analdi. And one kid likes being human form, and the little boy likes being spider, and they're always hanging off of her. You know, there's webs all over the room, like kids making a mess, and
Oh, you webbed in the soup.
there's a laid-back catfolk guy that's always brewing something. He's got the home still in his room, and he's always babysitting these
skooma.
2 pets. Yeah, probably. Another good Skyrim reference. But getting a little off track here. So with Doug sort of in the wings, okay, which brings us to Lobrak. Lobrak, as you guys know, gets a free pass. You guys have not connected the stairs from the lower levels. You guys have cleaned out the stairs that go to the upper levels. You guys have cleaned out the stairs that go to the bottom archive level where the bear was and the goblins want to live, but not to the 3rd level, okay? So you guys have to go all the way out on the wrong side of town. You guys got to travel like 15 miles from the
And
castle.
go in through that cave still.
Right? But that's fine. So,
I'm still kind of okay with that until we've got a defense force at the fortress.
right. So this means when you guys come out of the portals, you actually hit Breach Hill before you hit the Citadel. Because everyone thinks like, oh, I'm out of the Citadel. I come through the portal. We're at the Citadel. You're not. You guys actually are in the middle of nowhere. Come through town. Okay? So when you guys hit town, Lobrak's gone in the wind. And he's got those giant dragon eye gems that he popped out. I don't know if you're going to see them again.
Didn't we make plans to send the dwarven cousins to set up a brewery in front of that cave?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So the Paladin, cameoed by Tim Kearney.
I just wanted to make sure there was beer waiting for me when I got home. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, the guy that picks the mushrooms and gets in the choppa is there. Your gatherer and your quality guy, right?
Yeah.
And it's damn it. I feel bad. I love this guy. You know, I can't remember his name. Damn it. It's got red in my head. And Rick, right?
Yep.
Our Norwegian Brit who did a great Scottish accent that you guys love the most as the alchemist is here.
Yeah, he was fun.
I'd have him back, but the poor guy, like for him, it's like already 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's
It's really different. It's like midnight it's like 5 hours ahead of us. So as much as he'd love to come back,
talk about never getting the A game.
yeah. No, he was good. He really sucked up, did the cameo for us for several episodes, you think about it. So shout out to all of our friends. Something also, I got my list of things I need to check off before we start 6th season here. Fans. Okay. Eric, who was a fan, became a cast member and a possible GM for the Monday game, called us Mongorians, role mongers, fellow Mongorians. Yeah. And then there's just, hey, my fellow role mongers. Like, we're all role mongers. You're a role monger. I'm a role monger. If you love rolling dice and stuff, it's like a big term that the brand is.
I'm surprised people haven't started calling us Mongoloids.
Mongoloids. Okay, there's that. I don't think we have a big enough fan base for anyone to like, yay, we're the nation or something. Like we're Thunder Buddies. There's the Dice of Thunder podcast. There's the Dice of Thunder podcast. Dice of Thunder podcast does Outlaws of Alkenstar. And I listen to them. At least all their cold opens. I already know what's going to happen next because I'm running the game. But listen to a bunch of their stuff. And they have Thunder Buddies. They refer to their fans as Thunder Buddies. And I was just like, oh, roll buddies? No, that's creepy. Monger buddies? No.
The Mongers.
Yeah, Mongerloids.
So now accepting in our Discord server, email, and private chats, obviously the
Name's not generated by us.
the four of us have not come up with anything good. For the fans, from the fans.
I mean, honestly, the name itself is a good enough, like, hey there, fellow role mongers.
Hey there, fellow rollmonger. Plural. Or singular, yeah.
Monger's been around for as long as people have been trading stuff.
Fishmonger.
Yep.
Yeah, and we love rolling dice, so we became rollmongers. In case anyone has never put that together. No? Maybe I never told anyone? Yeah. So, Lobrak's in the wind, and you see...
Not surprising, because he is still technically exiled from that clan.
And that
Right.
does explain the smell on the wind.
Yes. He has Gloom Shadow, a very powerful short sword with him.
Never had a nose shot.
He's got Gloom Shadow, very powerful short sword with him. Part of the big treasure. You guys found a very magical pin plume that does a crap ton of different healing. And you get to fix it to a weapon, and you can fix it to your armor. The Cobalt, the little alchemist, gave you guys her fire staff, which I'm assuming Albrecht has.
Sure.
Yep.
Do I?
You didn't listen back to the last episode. You didn't do your homework. Shame on you.
No, I did not.
No. We never do. Never do.
Well, in their defense, guys, it's been several months since we've played this game, so we're trying to get back of things. So this first episode might be a little chunky.
I have a Rod of Wonder.
Oh, dude, that is a fun thing you gotta do at least once a day.
It is a fun thing.
Once a day.
I also have an unidentified item in my inventory still, so that might be the staff he's talking about.
Would be part of the point.
No, she was open about giving it to you. My question is, if you need to know the spell to use a wand, like if you have a detect magic wand and wands are used once a day, you need to know detect magic to use the wand, yes?
To use it? No.
No? So what's
No,
the restriction on wands?
Restriction on wands is that has to be part of your magic type. Arcane, divine, primal.
Okay, so he doesn't need to know.
Oh, you can't cast wands outside of your school.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, so
That
a
makes
healing
sense.
wand would not work for you.
No, but it would for me.
Okay.
And then you have to spend charges. Or sorry, not a wand, a staff. You have to spend charges, i.e. spell slots, to recharge it. A wand you get to use once a day. And you can overcharge it. So you can use it twice per day, but then it has a chance of breaking.
Okay. I'm looking at your character here, man. Like your +1 striking spear is going to be very handy for you. Your Wand of Dimension Door, every time Euros life leaps, you can go poof. Where are you going?
Just go with them.
And the best part is he can go further. So like Ryan like poofs to the other side of the monster, he can go behind Muros and start casting, right? Just to make his hair blow. It's actually, that's how your hair blows, Muros, is he's always behind you making the wind. That's what the wizard cousins, buddy system.
No, the hair's like an obscuring effect. So it's just like,
No cool staff located.
I gotta say your hair is one step away from Doctor Strange's cloak, like a mind of its own.
yeah, that's fair. Something came back to me on the resurrection.
Hey, you got a ring of fire resistance. I guess that would have been handy to remember.
I did remember at the very end.
This is why we're talking about all your new toys now, boys and girls. 'Cause
yeah. I'm just going through the list. Yeah, I don't see the staff listed anywhere.
you guys are 9th level. You guys aren't walking into light combat. You're walking into creatures that are 9th, 10th, 11th level creatures.
In all fairness, I am a monk / druid, so I am considered the least armed / armed individual. So when it comes to magical items, I'm like,
Depends
You
on what
keep
form you take.
Primal items for your druid.
Form of octopus. I've got the most arms.
oh, ideas have been struck upon my brain. Blame
Uh-oh.
that.
Full attack. Flurry of blows.
So while we got you in a really good mood, okay, so like I said, Gluglug's in the wings.
Yeah.
Lobrak's in the wind, and you're down to 3 players.
Right.
It's all right.
So I would like to introduce from our Monday cast, from our Outlaws of Alkenstar show, All Guns No Glory, from our Abomination Vaults, Monster Interrupted, someone who's, again, like Doug, started as a fan, stuck with us for a good year or more, got talking with us, auditioned with several other fans, and it's this character, even though his other characters that he's currently playing in those shows are awesome and way over the top. It was this character, I'm not going to tell you what it is or who it is yet, that got him the audition because he played him in a short stint in Abomination Vaults when I reached out to guys like Joe Davis and the married couple that played and all them that came in and did a bunch of stuff with Troy Phillips for like a short mini dungeon on the side. So welcome to Friday night and this book's cameo, Andrew MalBurg.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
We felt lonely without an American in the group. You're our token American.
You need some protection. Gotta have an American.
Don't worry, I've got American friends.
They're not with me, but I have them.
I know all the Americans. So, unfortunately, thank you for coming. Hurry up and wait, right? Because now he's got to wait till I write him in. Well, this was one of the things with the week later. With Ain Willems, his job is going really late, so he's going to be sort of a spotty, 4th player. So I'm like, all right, you're the 5th guy. I need a 4th guy. Bring in Drew. And I like the fact that you guys, every time you go through go through a portal, you meet new people.
Every time we go through a party, don't tell him the spoilers.
Every time you're at a party, you meet new people and bring them home, and they're forever.
And it keeps the party dynamic fresh as well.
Yeah, but I need the core. I need the dwarves and our cleric. You need the core. The Monday show.
alcoholics,
We
that's what
You
he's
keep
saying.
saying dwarves, but there's only one dwarf in this party, Jeff.
Two. There's 2.
3 soul
No, but
counts.
between the gnome that was and the human that's trying to be, I think you got 2 in there. Mosh them all together.
It's 1 and 2 half dwarves.
Yeah, equals 2.
One's dwarf in spirit, and one's dwarf by somewhat lineage, right? So,
Sadly, I think Niles is more dwarvish now than yours.
You shut your mouth, you.
a couple things we're going to change. In this season, we have characters that speak common, and they will use whatever voice I choose for as an NPC, and you guys are speaking common, right? When they speak Dwarven, my NPCs will be using Scottish accents.
All right.
So if you meet someone that's all blah 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 and then suddenly switches over to Scottish, he's actually attempting to speak Dwarven. Not well, because my Scottish accent's not great.
So it's not Jeff, remember, it's the NPC
Blame the NPC. Thank you. Thanks, Ryan.
helping.
Hero points all around. Please reset your hero points to a single digit of 1, not 2, not 0.
A 1 before the
New
0.
session, new
Gotcha.
year. 1 for the 0. It's 10. 10.
That's all I ever have, Jeff. I am not heroic.
Yeah, neither am I.
Good thing you got patrons.
Better part of valor. Better part of valor.
I don't
Now
know,
we've-
man. That whole powder keg scene, though, that was pretty heroic.
Suicidal.
I mean,
Heroic,
tomato,
suicidal, same thing.
Heroic is a goblin dragging the cleric away, even though we knew secretly he just wanted to keep the one guy that could heal him. Heroic is not blowing yourself up and trying to take as many of you with you as I can. That's more like American.
That's, I mean, perspective. like, I personally consider the guy running away to be the heroic one.
There's a lot of fun American podcasts that like ragging on Canada. So
I mean,
Every
see,
country
we're
deserves
pretty
to be
easy
right now.
target. We usually just sit and take it. I can't blame anybody for the easy shots.
yeah, see my mug here that Joe got me. It says, "Because I'm the DM, no explanation necessary." That's fun, but I have a long-winded explanation because I don't want to just say something and correct a mistake. I think it's a great way of recapping what's been happening. So let's talk about XP and how you guys are nearly 10th level. Shall we?
Nearly
Yay!
what level?
You were 10th. You heard him.
You guys were very close to 10th level.
So close.
We're
so close.
All right.
Hang on. Hear me out. Hear me out. Going into the XP button on the party. Okay.
Oh my!
Press it.
I thought it strange that you guys got so close to 10th, and the difference between the milestones starts you at 5th when you enter book 2, and you get to a certain point, and they go, story changes, you're 6th. Story changes again, you're 7th, you're halfway to here. Story changes here, you should be 8th. And by the end, not way before the end, or the part where you're supposed to be 8th level when you guys were 9th, by the end, you should be about 9th. Start book 3, says character should be 9th. As in anyone under 9th, bring them up to 9. Anyone over a little bit, that's fine. Right? So, still nothing wrong here. You guys are still 9th, technically, even though you're about to become 10th. Okay.
We're on track. Yep.
Yep, we're on track.
So, I was looking through the encounters, and I wanted to keep a log in case, because some of the story XP that's tracked separately in Fantasy Grounds I might have missed, because they don't always put it in the encounter sheets. They might have it put it in the reference manual, so I went back through them. So, I thought, oh, this would be fun. What if I put all the XP, like all of it from everything you could possibly done? Choice A, choice B. You killed the jet, you killed the lion, or Harriet, or you impressed Harriet. Whatever. Throw it all in there. And you know what I found? Not enough XP to get you where you are, which means I screwed something up. And then I figured it out. We did not bow to the will of Joe when the book started at 5th level when when Joe said, XP. we were 6th level. I was using milestones, and as soon as I got to the 6th level milestone, we started tracking XP, assuming that it'd all work out. No, the milestones blankly follow certain chapter points. The XP is very light in the beginning, very heavy in the middle, and then on par at the end, which means you guys have picked up almost 1,000 XP that you're not supposed to. That doesn't seem right. There's no way. So the only way I could do it is start from scratch. So I set everything to 0, went through the book, and looked at every single encounter from page 1 of book 2, and added it all up, plus the story stuff. And there is barely over 4,000 XP. 4,000, as in I was 5th, 1,000 gets you 6th, 1,000 gets you 7th, 1,000 gets you 8th, and 4,000 gets you 9th. So you guys should be over 9th, but not way over.
Right.
So, to be fair, okay, I have set you guys back to 0 and barely 9th. But how much? I don't want to give you guys, cut you off at the knees. If you guys have 1 XP or 20 XP or 300 XP, you earned it, right? So let's do a little story recap. And I think you guys will be interested in how this system works. All right?
Oh, is this our story XP?
Not just story, but actual encounter. And you guys will see how they try to balance, or mostly try to balance, your, shall we say, murder hobo versus whatever, okay? So, starting off, the encounter at the Hunter Gate way station itself, going up against the Dahawk trap.
Oh, yep.
Right? Is severe at 120. You guys get spit out the other side. There's 20 archers. Do you fight them or do you make nice? If you tried to fight them and didn't get killed, yeah, good luck. You would have got the most XP I've ever seen. It's not... did you know there's a level over severe XP? It's called extreme. Extreme plus plus, it says. 405 XP for laying waste to an entire
Battalion of elven archers.
yeah. And then there would have been so much XP that you could not get later because you did that. There's a whole bunch of story and stuff you would have missed out on. So, the murder hobo is taken care of up front. Yeah. Anyway,
Probably smart of them, because I know a lot of the players that I've played with over the years would have been like, "What are you talking about, man? They shot first."
so
That's the story we tell.
Dude, it was a warning shot. Don't care. Still shot first.
So on the story side of things, you guys did repair the Hunter's Gate and get it working between Muros and Lobrak, remember?
Yep.
You got 80 for that. Making peaceful standoff with the Ukaj, 40 as opposed to 400. But, like I said, there's a lot of XP you would have missed out on later, and you got that, okay? Talking to Jahasi and learning about the cultists on the walk back is another story drop for 40. Then discovering the gold and discovering arsenic on it and removing the arsenic. Oh, no, we didn't do that.
No, but we found it. We found the gold.
It doesn't say find the gold. It says remove arsenic from gold first time. No.
Nope, we missed that one.
Reach 25 IP with the Leopard Clan. Unfortunately,
Nope.
you did not. Okay. Now, Harriet's approval. Do you remember how Lobrak went to the...
What did we get to for the approval? Are you going to get to that?
you get the approval from Harriet. The line is only worth 20, but we didn't...
No, but I
Do
mean, like with the Ukaj, what was our IP count?
There's like a 10, a 15, and a 25, and you guys were like high teens, like 18, 19. Not enough for like one more night romp with the queens would have changed things. It was kind of off from, started a domino effect. You guys were like 18, 19 or whatever.
Yeah, we shouldn't have tried to have that orgy with those two dudes.
Well, funny enough, okay, shifting Ahsoka, his attitude to helpful, you guys got him from indifferent or hostile to like friendly, but not helpful. Like you guys made most of these people friendly. You got to get them to helpful to get the IP or XP, okay? You did not manage to get Ahsoka the Hunter. However, Jahasi, his future gay lover that we also botched, right? You did. And the half-elven bard with the wooden arm.
Yep.
Nikitas, you also got her, and that's 40 and 50. The dance party, defeating the first two, you guys did. Defeating the second two, the adults, you did not. So 40, yes, 40 lost, right? Returning with food for the feast, we did for 60. Returning with impressive beasts that Lobrak did, and he wears it around. That's worth 120 XP Lobrak got you there.
Yeah, Lobrak.
The skill challenge, critically succeeding in demonstrating a skill for one of the queens. Do you remember that?
Eating the peppers.
No. I'm talking about when they did the one-on-one. Show me something. One tries to fight you, one says, match my skill.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Do you guys remember how you did?
Nope. I don't think it was too well.
I think it was one was a success and one was a fail.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were 60 each, you only got one. Right? Getting the two guys to acknowledge their feelings from each other. Fail.
Yep.
Lost on 120. Okay. Eating all 5 peppers. We did. No, you didn't.
Nope.
I had lined Messina up for this pepper thing. He loves hot sauce. If anybody knows what a Skull rating is, it's Messina. Scoville. Yep, right? Yeah. So counting on Ryan's Smallville rating. Didn't work out. Didn't get all the peppers down.
Nope. Turns out the dice said nay.
I gave him a hero point for trying. So he didn't keep his composure because he actually role played in him getting sick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was over a rope bridge, so I'd hate to be on the lower level.
Dude, and since that's happened, I have a friend who's like a 5-time Guinness World Record holder for eating hot peppers and stuff.
Jesus.
We went to high school
Really?
with him. Yeah. He's got his own channel. Mike Eats Heat, shameless friend promotion. Mike Jack Eats Heat. Anyways, he was also on a Netflix special about it. And I watched that Netflix special, and it would have been awesome to have that information in our repertoire before we went into our own because, dude, you're like, it's debilitating you. And we're like, nah, this is hot peppers. That's going to knock us out. Oh, yeah.
It's like a boss fight, man.
Dudes were hallucinating.
Oh yeah, it's bad. So you did not manage. Lobrak botched getting Harriet's approval. She didn't piss it off, but he didn't make nice and tame her, right? Because it's not about killing it, though you could have. It's not about like, okay, we're cool, you're cool, I'm cool. It's about, oh wow, you made a new friend. Well, that's impressive, and that actually gets an experience, and also would impress the Ukaj and get more IP. Because there's a whole bunch of little things that just didn't seem that impressive. You know what I mean? So you guys would have to walk in there with like...
Yeah, but when you add them all up...
Exactly. So unless you guys were like a party of elves finger gunning your way around the whole thing, 25 was unlikely. And you know what they would have given you? 2 rings of fire resistance, which you would have forgot to use anyway.
The irony.
Yes.
Honestly, though, super powerful if we got them when we were coming into this jungle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's try to fast bang these because we're always 40 minutes in, okay? The dragon patrols. The cobalt miners. We never went back there. We never took her people. Remember she said, I got to go find my people? I'm not talking about the ones sick in the beds. I'm talking about the alchemists.
We tried. We
tried.
kobolds we knew.
There's a part of the map you guys never exposed, bottom left. You never went down there.
Yes. There's a few parts of the map we didn't expose, but I think we were done with the jungle.
Yes, we were.
It was a very small encounter. There was a trap and some kobolds that you learned are cowering and had run off from the mine. Oh, a mine, you say? You know, and hooks you back to the mine, right? So we missed out on that. And one was like...
Oh, we also didn't finish the mine encounter.
Oh, yeah, we'll get back to that. There's the elephant people. And we got 120 XP for killing elephants and the people. Mission accomplished. The black pillar, plus the creatures that protected it. The little angel dude in the sack.
Yep.
Remember the demon that almost took up Buddy's head, right? He's worth... You encounter him, he's worth 80. The blue pillar and the creatures that guarded it.
Bless you, Joe.
The indigo pillar and the things that guard it. So, encounter an inconvenient ruin. This is like Pendergast, and his rifle.
Oh, yep.
Right? And then the hazard, the blowing up of the barrels.
Which we stopped.
Right? Yep. Raken and the demon hunters.
Temporarily.
Well, at that location.
Helping the demon hunters.
Yeah, we did that.
Right? The yellow the yellow pillar and the hazard, like the creatures is the pillar, and then the hazard is pillar eye beaming you guys. The orange pillar and whatever guarded it. The red pillar, whatever guarded it. One was guarded by a dragon. One was guarded by a little dragon priest that threw rocks and almost killed Matt one time he didn't show up. One was guarded by Grippleys that were under an influence, and on and on and on. The Vrock Nest, where Niles shone by flying and wiggling his cheeks at this vulture demon and drew it way away from the camp, and we took it down, right?
Soloed him.
Yeah, a solo encounter.
Yeah.
The bat people, the Sabosin camp, we took them out. The sick beds, the bunkhouse, the fire pit, all worth XP. Well, the bunkhouse, no, they're just in there dying, right? Hazel's lab, even though it wasn't occupied, we had to deal with Hazel. And you guys got experience for that, right? The beast pen, whether you free it and it stomps, or you make nice, or you kill it, you guys kind of did all 3, right? Infested spoils, which basically is the spiders, right? It's worth 90. The gold mine creatures. These are the
little worm things, right?
Yes, and everybody, all the troops that were down there, right? The gold mine hazard.
We did the troops, but we didn't do the worms.
Yeah, you guys remember they turned into little bunnies and things. You guys just squished them. The little polymorphing glowworm thing, and you guys went down there.
Did you go back and do that?
You killed a couple, and then went, you know what? We're fine. And then somebody saw some big fish in the water, and you guys pulled out.
Yeah, that's probably. We're like, nope.
Yeah,
we're done. Pillars down. Let's cruise.
Yep.
Yeah. So the runoff pond had a big encounter in it with 2 polymorphing protean creatures that just would have, trust me, because somebody would have died. Those 2 things in that pond, people screwing around, is probably one of the reasons why a party died. And I don't mean the ones that stupidly got surrounded by troops and spiders and stuff. I mean the ones that didn't rest. They didn't pull back. They didn't, you know what I mean? Oh, we're smart. We'll pick off the rock. Oh, we're smart. We'll pick up the spiders. Oh, we're smart. We'll pick up the dinosaur. Oh, we're smart. We'll pick up the troops. Oh, we'll go fishing. Death. Yeah. The Hawk Shell. If you guys hadn't taken down the pillars, you could actually disable the giant pillars that were around, causing the rainbow sacrosanctum kind of thing. And it itself wasn't worth much, but the approach, the giant crocodile thing that swallowed Niles.
Yep.
120 XP, severe encounter, right? The main hallway with the golem is 80. The dormitory encounter, the guys playing poker that went unarmed. Well, they all armored and came out, so they added to that XP thing. The forge, the two guys with the hot sticks. The kitchen, the hellhound that's now part of a barbecue night. Still eating something. The sanctum entrance, where those big crocodile dudes came out and grew really big. The gathering room, where the trap on the door almost killed Lobrak. Cryon's room and the ritual chamber, right? Where the chimeras were, the made-a-pair chimera, and the actual ritual chamber, and then the hazard, which is the laser eye beams, and all of that, okay? You guys did quite a bit. Quite a bit. So bang, award you that. All of that fighting your way across the dungeon. Woohoo. 2,829 XP. That's almost $3,000, okay?
Holy crap.
This would put you guys at 8th level, about to be 9th. But there's more.
But wait, there's more.
There's so much more. But camping successfully in the jungle for the first time is worth 40. Using an efficient means to navigating the jungle, you guys built a raft and floated up and down the river, worth another 30, right? Destroying each remaining pillar. Not defeating the hazard, disabling it, but when you guys figured out later it had to chase down a pillar, you had to actually break it and smash it. Completing each one of those was another 30 each.
Oh, wow.
Just reaching into the heart. Reaching the heart of Cinderclaw territory is a major story award for 120 because you guys got to a point where you'd realize that there are pillars. They must be the cause. They're all armed and protected. You know, it's that big moment of the movie where everyone's like, okay, we need to make a decision. Do we press on? Do we go back and report? You know, that kind of thing. You guys did. Rescuing the dragon.
Oh, really?
Is worth 80. And also, plugging him for information. Mm-hmm. Awarding all of that brings you guys 3,779 XP. If you guys were 5th level,
we would be just shy of 9th.
Ninth, which is where you're not supposed to be. Which means you're not even 9th. Now, because of certain circumstances, okay, there are a couple of random encounters.
Yep.
Right? So 120 twice is 240. So if you guys take 37.9 and add 240, that gives you
4,019.
9th level. Feel free to roll in some random okay. So
if we went by Matt's wishes, then we would have cleared the entire map, which would have taken another month of actual game time, but we would have got the experience for it. So Matt is correct.
The experience you guys, the stuff that you guys missed out on was actually some of the minor things.
But the minor things would have pushed us over.
But you can't help but play your character the way you are. You guys have a mercantile. You're not a bunch of paladins going, it's the right thing to do. You guys are like, how can this help our business? Right? Like, you guys picked an angle and we're playing it, right?
It's just the way that the module is set up for XP.
So you guys are 9th level. Go into your character, click on the little, I just did it for Albric, click on your little magnifying glass, and it should say total level 9, XP 19, and XP needed 1,000.
Yep.
Now, I was a little worried until I started reading what comes in this book, and everything is like severe. Like, you guys will just ramp up so fast.
Perfect.
That's good.
We've got plans.
Yep.
Wait, we have plans?
Yes.
But we're back to the land of paved roads and freshly brewed barley and hops.
And no dystopia and no
No dystopia,
Right.
but a nice distillery.
yeah.
Okay. I will say that Drew, who we asked to bring in a 9th level character, does not have those 19 XP.
Oh,
Oh.
forsooth.
oh,
Give it the new guy.
yep.
So I'm just saying, just for the rules lawyer angle, we're playing rules as written. Okay.
I mean, solo encounter with the party, you know, maybe.
Well, this which brings me to a little bit about Drew. Can you tell us who and what you're playing, but not who you work for? Not yet.
Sure. So I'm playing Krom, a halfling investigator. He came from Absalom originally, and he's been traveling around looking for certain peoples of interest. As he's trying to find them, he joins parties here and there.
Finder of lost souls. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fits well into the archetype that you eventually took.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I want to go back in time with a cutscene, and the scene comes down outside of Cheliax in the north. Do you guys know what's north of Cheliax, the nation?
Well, north,
this
northeast,
is
northwest, or
Oh.
north.
north, smart ass.
Well, that's the realm of the Mammoth Lord, isn't it? It's the...
No, I'm talking about Ravenel.
Oh, you're not thinking regionally based. You're thinking, like nation.
I'm thinking directly north of Cheliax is Nadal and the new mini nation of Ravenel. Oh, how do we know Ravenel? Well, if you guys have heard of Hell's Vengeance, you might have heard of Hell's Rebels. And in Hell's Rebels is about a city called Kintargo, which you can see dead center of the map. And in Kintargo, there was a tyrant of good old House Thrune that was overthrown with the help of the
Overthrew.
of Thrune, maybe, yeah. Bellflower Network, a bunch of. Maybe I should just get you all to mute up for my lore drops. I'll just Thrune. No, it's fine. It's fine. How many times have I interrupted you guys for comedy, right? So it's fine. In Kintargo, a tyrant, won't name him because it's going to come relevant lore later, was overthrown by heroes that helped the Bellflower Network. The Bellflower Network are a group, mostly halflings, that try to get halfling slaves and servants out of slavery in Cheliax and into freedom lands like Andorian or way to the south, you know, that kind of thing. And they're known as the Bellflower Network. In an area called Cypress Point, north of Kintargo, there is a mine. And in that mine, there stands a demon and a gnoll. And with the demon just in the backdrop, the gnoll is scolding a lieutenant, ordering them to breach Hill to find out what happened to their contact, because their masters in, care to guess? No? Anyone remember the big bad faction that's been hanging over and everyone's been talking about?
The Triad.
The Triad, yeah. Yeah. The Masters of the Triad won't be happy if she can't deliver. And she has her own agenda. She sends her agents to Breach Hill to look for their agent. Any idea who that was?
Agent.
Yeah, the mage that we kidnapped and Frank's character had shackled to him.
Okay, is now his wife.
Like, ooh.
Vaz Lorraine.
Yeah, that's it. She looks so happy.
So happy. Much happy.
This is before she met Frank.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Before she
after.
met Theowen.
Hence the makeup.
Okay, picture that she's actually looking at Theowen So the camera eye looking at this photo is Theoan. You want to come up the mountain with me since we're married? And she's like, we're what now?
And in that pose with the wand kind of sparking.
Yeah, it's just like, we're what now? Yeah. Albrecht had absconded with her spellbook and her journal. And I distinctly remember you giving them one of them back, but I can't remember which one. Was it behave yourself, here's your spellbook, so you have a job and help protect us?
I don't
or
think
here's your
we would have
journal?
given her spellbook back.
I think we did because you have it copied.
Copied.
Well, that's
So you're like, I
possible.
don't need this, here you go.
Or sorry, not copied. You took all the spells
Yes.
for your repertoire.
Oh, you ripped out all the naughty stuff. That's right.
And he added new naughty stuff.
Yeah.
No,
Some Albrecht feet pics for Vaz, in case she has lonely nights.
here's a spell called Conjure Warm Dwarven Lover.
Surprise, it doesn't work.
Elbrick shows up at her door knocking. Hello? I heard your summons, right? She's
You rang, my lady.
like... The weird part is Frank's still at the other end of that chain. Anyway.
Is it weird?
Is it weird? Amongst cousins? Amongst cousins,
Only
yeah.
if we make eye contact.
Trying to stay with the serious story
Yeah.
lore here.
Yeah, so Vaz, their contact.
Vaz. Yes. She demands to know. Orders her agents. And the scene fades back. A female halfling that runs an inn slides a coaster with a note to a patron. This young halfling male investigator reads the note, gives his contact a nod, and follows these agents to Breach Hill. Harem, your mission is to find out where they're going, who their contacts are. Somebody, after the fall of Thrune and the Bellflower Network had got a handle on the slave trade, somebody has stirred it up again. People are going missing again. And they're operating out of a different base. They're operating out of different countries, shipping to and from. And the Bellflower Network is desperate to find out and suture up these leads and these tail ends, because if not, they're not doing their job, and you could have a serious slave trade running not out of Cheliax, but out of Ravenel again. And you guys fought, the whole country fought for its independence and fought to make slavery legal here. And if slavers set up shop right under your nose, it really makes this faction look like chumps. So, agreeing to work for the network once again and traveling south, shadowing this party, or at least receiving intel that they've headed to Breach Hill in Isgard. Miles, thousands of miles away. You come to the city, a small human settlement known for its human mage, Lamond, in the center, raised the town at his wizardly teat and then set them all up and then ran off a whole bunch of people that apparently had amnesia. And he set them up, and now generations later, he's the town founder, and it's this thriving trade town in the middle of Isgard. Very at the bottom southern western tip of the Five King Mountains. Fun fact about the Five King Mountains. There is a town that I've lost the page for. Here we go. Tergadith. The great King Tarek and the city of Tergath. An ancient dwarven city. 5 brothers fought civil war, became the 5 kings in the Five King Mountains, and then split up. There's no unity in the dwarves as of like one king, but they are a mercantile people, they're a trade people, and there is peace in the mountain under these 5 rulers and the many cities. And the closest city to that southern western tip is where our lads come from. And Isgard borders that kingdom. to the north is northwest is Cheliax and Multhrun and Demera. So if Isgar is in the middle and landlocked, to the southwest is Old Cheliax. And then you head a whole bunch of west and then go north again, and there's Revendell. So you actually travel through Cheliax as a halfling. Probably not a great idea. You get on a boat. You sail all the way around the inner sea. And you get off in Andorian, and your contacts get you into Isgard through the Andorian border. Much better. Isgard borders several nations. Multhrun, Cheliax, Demera, the Five King Mountains at a tiny little spot, and then a whole bunch of Andor. Deep in Isgard itself is a cute little town called Breach Hill, where you are now. You've been visiting taverns, looking for travelers, paying for information. Word gets around that you're here, that you're looking for something. You got to keep a low profile. Gather information with diplomacy, I believe.
Sure.
Typically 2 hours, sometimes more. Each day you spend a good 2 hours looking for intel on people that have come and gone. You learn about the Hero's Call. Every year, the council gets all these people together and says, what are your problems? And then adventurers come from out of town and go, we will solve your problems. This year, the town council burned down. But the heroes that attended this Hero's Call actually saved a whole bunch of people, helped the one partitioner, a goblin, that had problem with, there's an old Hell Knight keep 11 miles out of town, a citadel. A bunch of goblins were held hostage there. These guys went out there, found the deed, claimed it as their own, and have been in and out of town trading. So because of these adventurers are actually sort of setting up a base outside of town, there's a whole bunch of bustle now in town. They are bringing in gold. They are hiring a whole bunch of stonemasons, wainwrights. There's a lot going on with this sudden building. A base, if you were. You learn of dwarves, speaking of a brewery. You learn of a tavern which doubles as a temple to Caden Kalilian in the center of town, where one of their members, a Vicar Niles, has come, performed resurrection on one of their, reincarnation on one of their members. And the tales get taller. You really can't believe everything you hear or even pay for. You know, I mean, social media in Breach Hill is just crazy at this point, right? So there's tall tales about dwarves turning into gnomes with animated hair. There's tales about goblins that are their slave workforce, but now have all become future monk disciples. And there's all these buff monks walking around town, like doing good deeds and painting windows and really making a mess, but with good intent. You know, there's tales of a whole bunch of shopkeeps and taverns worrying and wondering if this brew is going to be any good and if it will change the game for them and if they can get it and maybe keep everybody out of this new influx of awesome dwarven spirits and alcohol that's going to get poured into the city as they set up an actual microbrewery within the reach of town. Town's been talking about this for weeks. But very little sign of your quarry. Until the heroes return. People are talking about how the heroes have been seen in town again. Since you can't find your quarry, and you suspect them, you begin to shadow them. Mostly, the easiest way is the cleric and the dwarves that visit one of the taverns in town. Going out into the middle of nowhere, getting spotted at a citadel might be a little risky for you at this point. There is one point where you went to a shopkeep and you were trading goods and seeing if anyone, descriptions of people bringing stuff in. And a goblin showed up with a massive deer helmet antler monstrosity wearing conine leathers and just pretended to shop. Maybe he was thinking of shoplifting, but the guy seemed friendly with him and seemed to know him by name, and then finally kind of became apparent that the goblin was waiting for you to leave. So you do. Would you leave him to his business, or would you spy on him?
I would wait to see where he left from the building and attempt.
He's not in the. He's not. Okay. Sorry,
And attempt to follow if it looked like he was not too suspicious.
Okay. He's acting very suspicious. He's acting like a mule, like somebody that's carrying something. Now, you're anti-slave trade. It's not like he's got slave puppies or Sith puppies in his pocket, but he's acting like he's got like a satchel and he keeps adjusting it and holding it tightly.
Keeps smacking his bag of holding. Keep it down in there.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
No, a bag of holding with a straw sticking.
Only, yeah, I was going to say, I don't think people could survive in it. You okay, Drew? Drew lost a character to a bag of holding in the other show. He died and they stuffed his corpse in a bag of holding.
Oh, no straw.
Too soon?
Okay, I understand.
It's all good. Do what you got to do. He's acting very suspicious, and if you shadow him too far, like you can, if he crosses town on the open streets, not a problem. But when he starts going up in alleys and stuff, for you to pursue him, he's acting very suspicious and covering his tracks. So you could follow him, but he might easily learn that he's being followed, or you could just let him go.
Yeah, I would probably let him go at this point. I think there's easier
Okay.
prey.
Okay. So with you floating around town, we now come to the main party. Niles, Muros, and Elbrick, sitting at their favorite table, attending worship.
Ole, 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 ole. Ha! Niles heaved again! I got another!
Caden's Keg, dead center town, doubling as a temple to the god. And more patrons that we've brought in. And especially now, people, maybe they don't want to get to know you, but more and more people want to know who you are, want to get a look at you. So you guys find yourselves being watched. Friendly, waves, but, you know, like the celebrity you don't want to approach, or just like, okay. And then you guys leave and they're like, I thought Elbrick would be taller. I don't, things like that.
Well, I have to
It's
say
all
the
that.
atmosphere around this town has changed a wee bit.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to like it here. They don't even mind his hair.
Well, they were a stick in the mud when we first came out of the mountains down here. Now they're only half a stick in the mud. That's much better.
And on that cue, a patron comes up and offers to take Vicar's bucket and replace it with an empty one, and goes off and sells it on eBay. Vicar, no, eBay.
Holy water.
Yeah. Thick holy
It's
water.
rainbows.
Refined in the bowels of a cleric and regurgitated for your...
We call
Drinking
that
pleasures.
extra fermented.
Ugh. Just
You're not supposed to.
picturing some like backstreet communion going on. They draw the blood of Christ on the forehead. Just
Yeah.
That's book 4. That's book 4. We're going down to deal with that.
I don't mean to derail, but how cool is Delicious in Dungeon, the anime, where they take holy water, put it in a container on a rope, and swing it at undead. And as the undead on the ethereal plane pass through the container,
yeah, it's so cool.
their body
Oh.
comes in contact with holy water.
Good idea.
And then they make ice cream out of the water later. Because they eat everything in the dungeon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They come up with ways to like fry up monsters. It's really fun. It's a really good anime. But they have these interesting way at looking at a dungeon economy. The last episode I saw, all you had to do was use regular healing magic on a body, because the way the dungeon is set up, it traps your soul. So your soul doesn't go on to the next nether after. If you die, your soul is still shackled to your corpse. So all they got to do is heal the corpse. They don't even have to resurrect you. Just got to heal the corpse because you're still tethered to it.
Huh.
Cheap healing. Yeah, yeah. I very defining moment, right? Cheryl's lying across my lap, give her a nice little back rub, and we're watching this anime, scratch her back. And I hear, Well, that's an interesting approach to a dungeon, and I'm just smiling.
Not taking notes.
Incorporating this into the campaign. Here you go. Stretch out on the couch with the wife and cuddle up and watch anime.
I guess it means I should be careful what ones I recommend for you.
Probably be advisable.
The Monster and the Witch is really good. A Victorian age witch hunt kind of thing, Sherlock Holmesy kind of thing. Very cool, very unique. Solo leveling, I really like.
Solo leveling is incredible.
Yeah, I binged that in one night.
It's so good.
Yeah. But I digress. A bunch of others. We have a Discord server, and we actually have anime and TV inspired, where gaming related guys like ourselves and our fans and cast all discuss some of their favorite stuff that they're watching, and we get some good recommendations from listeners. And you can find our Discord if you go to our website at rollmonger.com. You'll find links for everything, including our Discord. Join the conversation. Hopefully, it's not as dirty and underhanded as some of the stuff you hear on the actual podcast.
It is actually much milder than the podcast.
Depends what kind of mood that you, me, and Gamma are in, but yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So, today I'm walking through a dollar store and I see Wizard dish soap. And I'm just giggling. I take a picture, I throw it in there going, hey guys, your wizard gets dirty. This is Wizard Cleaner, And they just ran with that for all the rest of the afternoon. Him and Joe Davis. Anyway, so guys, you're there. Patrons are all giving you the respectful distance and nod, that kind of thing. We owe money. In my notes here, you guys owe. There's the Tuskhead credit, but since we're actually live here, you guys owe for learning the ritual. You guys actually owe money for learning the ritual. Party owns the CC Tavern cost of learning Reincarnate Ritual. Do we know how much that is?
Yeah, what are they going to do? Invoke it?
Got a lot of sharp knives in those kitchen there, I'm just saying.
Bring it on!
How much is it? I am not sure. Tell you the truth.
Okay.
I am looking.
So am I, but I'm not sure offhand.
I am looking for another point. Hey, you!
Sure. Waitress comes over.
I'll take another round there if you don't mind.
You sure can pack them away, Mr. Muros. Despite your, she looks down at you and giggles.
Stature, size, and formidable form. I know. Stand back in awe. No worries. You work hard.
Oh, you spilled something on your kiddie seat there. Let me just adjust that for you. He adjusts the kid chair.
Oh, well, thank you very kindly. How nice of you, lass.
Your little cushion she's got you on, so you can reach up.
Doesn't say anything about a cost. It just says you have to find somebody to teach it to you. The cost. It says the cost entry list doesn't consume it when you.
In Breach Hill, you decided to learn at a tavern run by clerics.
That tracks. No, but that tracks. That's like you're at the bar, dude. I can totally teach you how to resurrect somebody.
Yeah. So rituals have spell levels.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. They do.
Okay, so find me a spell level. Like say it's like a 5th level ritual. Find me a 5th level spell, and then the copying costs, not the casting, but the copying costs would probably be somewhere for us to start. Anyway. Oh, I'm sorry.
And it was the Ukajay
I almost
who did
forgot.
that too, wasn't it? I thought the Ukajay did the resurrection.
That was the first time.
Oh yeah, we had to try
It worked.
twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's right.
It wasn't until we involved alcohol did it work.
That tracks as well.
Yeah. I always wanted to do like a little comic that only like diehard fans of the show would get. There's just 2 frames. A picture of Elbrick throwing Muros off a cliff and Niles coming up in the second frame going, "Miss home, do you?" Because if the gnome dies, we go home to Muros' body and we have the big bag of money. We'll just like, there you go. Resurrect. I miss home.
I
Shove.
don't really think we have a big bag of money. I think
No, we
pretty
don't.
much everything we had that was fluid has been put into the coffer for repairing the keep.
If you had listened to the last episode, you yourself freak out at the dragon horde. That is
Yeah, but you
Like-
expected us to do homework.
830 gold
That's
pieces,
right.
4,358 silver pieces, 7,800 copper, and
That's right. We made
yeah, and the mine gold nuggets. Now the bars, the actual gold bars, the UKJ wanted back, but there's little 50 gold mine gold nuggets, 50 gold each, that Lobrak absconded with and smuggled out of there. So he's spreading arsenic and disease all over Breach Hill.
I really hope he didn't put
He
them into his
sells
prison
it.
wallet.
It's like a natural purifier for
And
arsenic.
it burns. The ring of fire.
We also learn here, Karam, that there's a plague spreading around town. Shopkeepers first succumb to arsenic poisoning. We don't know why.
If only we know a cleric who could heal this problem for a modest price.
The shopkeepers are cheap. They'll just, I'll be sick and be rich.
Then we'll
Tainted
settle
gold.
insurance instead.
Tainted gold.
Yes. While we're on the subject, you guys have a striking trident and a striking warhammer.
Yes.
Did you guys pull the rune from one of those and put it on the spear? Is that how you got a striking spear?
The striking spear belonged to somebody,
Informal.
and I think it belonged to Glug Glug, and he replaced it with something else.
Okay. These striking runes double the dice on your
Yeah.
weapons. I wouldn't sell these weapons.
That's
I would
why I kept it.
pay
It's
to
a
have
simple
someone
weapon, so I
lift the
can
runes.
actually use it. So if I ever had to be a
Okay.
combatant, it's probably about the best thing I could use.
So let me ask, does everyone have a striking weapon? Even Muros, do you have striking hand wraps, which I believe you do actually,
Plus
from
one striking.
Gerald's
Correct.
boat?
Correct.
Yeah,
Everybody
okay.
does.
Okay. Because at your level, that's like the base +1 to hit and striking, you need double dice damage. Okay.
I'm running around with
okay.
46s.
No, it's fine. So unless you guys want to pay to lift these runes and put them on backup
I am
weapons.
a ball of angry.
Oh, I almost forgot.
No, you didn't.
The waitress says, some patrons came in here looking for you, and they wanted to give you this.
Money?
Nope, a sealed note,
Oh.
and paid us to keep it confidential.
Right? Who owes
Confidential.
money? This is a collector's debt.
So, esteemed adventurers, I have a proposition for you. I wish to speak about potential employment of your skills, but do not wish to involve the authorities.
Shh! As he's yelling this across the bar, Al. No, he is. What do you guys do?
This is a matter of
Hand over the
your
mouth.
Hands off.
Hand over the
Get your
mouth.
Hands
Just-
off.
It grabs the sheet away from him. Shut your cake hole.
It's a beer hole, you know.
Daft
that.
as a bulland. Prove it. Put your flask there and keep it there for a couple hours.
It's empty. The last hasn't returned yet.
2 off-duty guards come over. You guys all right?
Yeah, no, I am
Brotherly
not.
love. It's all good.
We feel we should be involved.
My mug is empty. Look at this thing. Criminal.
I'd like to file charges.
You guys might be the town hero, but we protect the hero. Yeah, we protect the town day in, day out, man. Don't get too
But
big
who
yourself. and then you
protects my
walk off with
empty
it.
mug?
Terribly sorry. Terribly sorry. You'll have to excuse my wiry little friend.
Wait,
It's okay. The fact that he asked for like a bottle service from off-duty cops, they got offended and left. It works. Anyway, and by the time they leave, they wave at Al. No hard feelings, Captain Charisma. That's fine. Can I have a diplomacy check, please?
Sure. Yeah, in the tower.
Cut to a little later, maybe where you guys find a private room in the back, thanks to Vicar. It's his room. Vicar keeps a room here.
My old
Very
room.
simple. A cot, a very weird incense collection, but don't judge. He doesn't burn incense. He's allergic, but he's got tons of it, right? Everyone gives the cleric incense for his birthday. Oh, crap. Look, more sandalwood. Thanks, everybody. Fuck. He's allergic to incense. You imagine a cleric that's allergic to incense?
Can't throw it out because everybody watches.
So, lads, basically, if I'm reading this correctly, we're being sort of blackmailed.
Summoned?
I didn't.
Would you guys like me to read it for you in the voice of the conspirator? Okay. Doing my best gnome impression. Do not wish to involve the authorities. Well, you don't know who wrote this. All you got is Nero's voice. No. How about you finish reading the rest of it?
Fine.
For the audience.
So this is a matter for which your skills are uniquely appropriate, but also one that needs remain secret. I've taken the liberty of commandeering your local Wainwright shop as a meeting place. Come before sunrise, and if you do so alone. If you do not meet me before then, or if you involve the authorities, this one-time offer will not be issued again. In such a case, please accept my condolences in advance for your Wainwright's fate and the unfortunate fire that has claimed his shop.
Oh no, not Fattleby Vusker, who we met 5 minutes ago.
Oh no!
Not Wee Finger.
Oh! Weefinger! No, not him! Wait, why do we?
I hate it when they give me relevant shit from book 2 way into book 3 that I should have read. I hate that, but
So, right.
So that's now, is it not?
Well, I said before sunrise. I think we've got a few hours of drinking left in us before we make our way over. But I'm a little confused because it's addressed to adventurers, but we've got to come alone.
I was thinking the same thing, cousin. So I got a proposition. How's about you stand on my shoulders, we get the trench coat, and we're going to look like a Hume like Niles.
What is the standard stat debuff for intense inebriation? Because if you guys show up to handle this problem drunk, that would be a unique encounter indeed.
That would probably an event that we could get drunk.
So instead of spending the last few hours that you have left to save the fate of this poor guy and find out who these hoodlums are, planning and sobering, we're just going to loosely talk about it, throw a plan together, and keep drinking.
No, we're actually going to analyze the lyric, how he put this.
We'll put our faith in Caden Clelian.
Okay.
We'll guide our hand through
we're
these
going to
tough
prayer.
times.
We're going
Oh, yeah.
to make prayers.
Cut to the sun coming up. You guys are wandering, can't remember where the Wainwright shop
Yeah,
is. Then the people are running by, the bucket brigade. There's a fire. There's a fire. Oh, that's terrible.
We got to go to the Wainwright shop.
I'm going to
Ignore
assume
that.
they're just telling us not to bring any more friends, and we'll just go as we are. And if they take offense to the three of us being there, I'll point out their obvious grammatical errors in this letter.
I think they're
Sure,
a
that'll
little
smooth it right over.
No.
Excuse me. When you said adventurers plural but come alone, we're very confused. My friends are outside. I got nobody to come in.
And there's no way for us to respond for clarification of this. It's really amateur work, if you ask me.
I know. Not expecting a whole lot from this individual, but I suppose, for Fiddleby, Weefinger himself, we should probably go look into this.
Aye, for Fiddleby Weefinger!
He, you've got to know him pretty good in the last week or so. He actually spends a lot of time here at the shop because of his new contract with you guys. And you kind of suspect that sometimes he just works late to avoid his husband and children back home.
Cannot blame the guy. I'm not married for a reason.
Right? I took myself a vow of non-marriage for that. Had to make it up in the first place.
So you go home to the angry wife that's got the souffle cooking, but what's it like to go home to an angry husband? Is he got is he watching the ponies and demands that Fiddleby make?
Well, first off, he'd probably tell him exactly why he's upset.
True. Yeah. See, that kind of marriage does not get off track easy. There's mansplaining on both sides.
This is the problem. Is that the exact problem? Yes. Oh, okay. Well,
Well, this is exactly what I think. Well, this is exactly how I think. Neither one talk about how they feel about it separately. There's a distinction there. We don't talk about how we're feeling about this. We're like, this is what I want. And this is what I think you should do. So do it. And the other one says, oh yeah, I agree or I don't. Why are we arguing?
So we
All right,
wander
yeah.
over to the way to the.
They've been
Waids
married
right
20 years.
before. But we're all half in the bag, if not 3/4.
Sure. So seriously, as far as a dice mechanic, okay?
Yeah. It's entertaining. Is what the dice mechanic becomes. That's what you add to it.
I did not just recruit Drew for his good looks on a podcast. 2, 3.
No, a sense of a nice hairstyle.
He's also one of my rules lawyers because he also GMs a family game, home game. So, guys, what's the standard debilitation? Is it staggered? Is it slowed? Is it
Enhanced.
fear? What, enhanced.
So if it's alcohol, saving throw DC is 12 fortitude. Onset 10 minutes, and then there's stages. So stage 1 would be a +1 item bonus to saving throws against fear effects for 10 minutes.
Okay. And any debilitation if they get all the way to stage 3?
Stage
No, you can
7.
die
I think
from
Ryan wants
Yeah, stage 7 is death.
stage 6. Okay, so right before that. What's 6? That's what I think they
All
said
right,
they
cool.
wanted.
This is the end of book 3, guys. Thanks for going up.
No, they said they drink it all night. That means we want to get to stage 5 or 6 GM. That's what I heard.
So stage 6 is unconscious.
Yeah, he's gonna still
Stage 5, clumsy 2, sickened 2, and stupefied 2.
There it is. Okay, so if 6 is unconscious and 5 is really messed up, okay, what's 2?
Stage 2 is flat-footed and a +1 item bonus to saving throws against fear.
I want you guys all to roll a d4.
It's like you equipped it with the item bonus.
Wow.
2.
All right. How much did I enjoy my ale?
So-
3. I enjoyed it
Hadouken!
lots.
3. Wait, no, it didn't show up in the dice. It didn't happen. Try again. 1.
He's still drinking.
Oh,
Oh wow, Miros. Okay,
Meryl
so
is sipping.
Miros.
No.
Miros is, well, it's from stage 2 to 5, so you actually have to add 1
Oh, fuck.
to what you roll, because we're starting at stage 2. A 1 gets you to.
I
right?
cheat because I can change my body proportions at will.
So, okay, so starting with the guy that got off easy. Okay, starting with
Hey.
Miros. What am I giving him? Flat-footed.
He's at stage 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stage 2.
Stage 2.
You got a 1. So he's
Yeah,
at
stage 2 is flat-footed, and he gets a +1 to saving throws against fear effects.
Oh, look at that.
Liquid courage.
Woohoo.
And now we have Albric, who is what?
Be stage 3.
3, so that is clumsy 1, flat-footed, and stupefied 2.
That doesn't sound fun.
That's okay. You're a charisma-based caster.
Poor Vicar.
Yep.
No, he was worshiping the hardest and praying
Yeah,
It's true.
for
You
a
know
good
what?
outcome.
I can't blame the man for being devout.
Yeah.
Right? He is very fanatical.
So, you guys have joked about this for like 2 seasons, and I've never used alcohol rules. Well, like I said, welcome to the new world. Vicar Albright,
we always
standing
use
at
alcohol
stage
rules.
4. Oh yeah, hell yes, this is fun. Stage
Oh,
4.
yeah.
Clumsy
I
2,
mean, would it
and
be fair
sickened
to
2.
ask for a bonus to our resistance versus the effects due to long-term exposure?
Sickened 2.
Yep, clumsy 2 and sickened 2.
Okay, now doesn't sicken mean you can't do anything until you purge?
No, you take minuses. You can't adjust anything willingly.
I thought you could actually like take a full round to purge and it drops you one.
Yeah, yep. You can spend actions to
you
wreck.
can fix it.
Yep.
I can make this better.
It's like real life.
So
Holy water.
I will offer you this, Vicar, on the way there. If you want to stop at a couple alleys and purge and try and right yourself, I will remove the sicken condition. But you're still
Goes up,
clumsy.
he's
you're
up
still
We've already
He's
established
given-
the baseline that there is a bucket at the table. Just going to remind you guys.
Ready to receive your blessings.
Yeah. Yeah, by all means, every time we have to stop.
Wait, don't waste it. That's money. That's how it goes every time. Murrow says, "Don't waste that," and Albert's like, "Okay."
Okay, so you guys are at Caden's Kalenian. Can you see this? In the top, just up north of the creek. Number 4.
Yes, sir.
on the
Yes,
map?
sir.
Yes.
Okay, if you follow the road north and west toward the northwest gate, Volker's Carts and Wheels is where you're going.
Oh, okay.
2 blocks.
All right.
Takes us 6 hours.
Yeah, because we wandered all the way to the south side of town first, and then we wandered
Yep.
north.
What is going on here?
But I would like to cast something before we actually get too far.
Sure, by all means.
Just a little spell.
Okay.
Vital Beacon. So it takes like a minute to cast.
That's fine. You got time.
But it
We
but it
think
lasts.
he's verging anyway, so we're
Oh,
like,
yeah, pretty much.
What you gotta do?
But it lasts until my next daily prep. So
Is this work on everybody?
no, this is just me.
Okay, cast away.
Makes
I've
his ramen
targeted you.
glow.
No, turns me into a giant healing pad.
Oh, really?
Just stand on me. Or if you're feeling
Just
bad,
touch me. Just touch me. One action. Get healed.
Can't,
No, Ryan and our brains are just overflowing.
I don't know. This is-
no. I just remembered I can talk with animals like at will. So
I know, but it's just like when you turn sideways in your chair and put your head down off mic, I know your brain's going as fast as mine.
yeah. There's definitely a wheel spinning with no torque.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
There's my prep.
So you guys eventually, in the middle of the night, just before
Yes.
dawn, you guys leave and make your way there. Karam.
How the hell do these guys do it?
Yeah. You've been there. You've witnessed everything. The cops, the spewing. They go to a back room. Something about a note. We don't want to involve the authorities. They go in the back. They're there for a couple more hours. They come out far worse from where. And the place is like closing up, middle of night. And they head out the door, but you don't get the usual, oh, we're going home and blah, blah, blah. You shadow them at a distance. Not only does the cleric stop to empty his guts in an alley, and the gnome complains that he's wasting good
What are
money.
you blessing the rats for?
And Albert's just like, as soon as we come out of the back room, starts humming the Mission Impossible theme song, and he's like putting his back to the wall.
Old theme music.
Yeah. First, you think these guys are part of like the establishment where like he's putting chairs up on tables, closing up. No, he just slides around the room.
Belly
Yeah.
crawls and rolls underneath the table, knocks over a chair.
Popping in and out of patrons' packs and things, and gets out the door. A whole bunch of people, the taxi waiting crowd outside. Where do we go here? Let's not go home, kind of thing, right? You hide with those guys, and eventually the crowds disperse, and these guys start heading northwest. They're not hard to follow.
First it's south, then it's up.
Doing rolls from doorway to doorway and stuff.
At one point, if someone does roll for a long amount of period of time, I would like to do the loggers walk on them for like just a short period of time.
He just runs.
Thanks for the help, cousin.
Hey, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what Karam will do is he'll go in between the houses and buildings, and one by one just kind of wait at alleyways, watch them walk by, and as soon as they pass, I'll go to the next house, and I'll just keep doing that until I don't see them, and then I can assume what building they stopped at.
Or don't hear them.
Eventually, number 16, Busker's Carts and Wheels, they come to an intersection, wide open, and on the southwest side of that intersection, because it's kind of on an angle, they stand out front of a building, not close enough that they would disturb who might be inside, but close enough that it's obvious that they're sizing up this building, discussing if they're in the right place. And we'll take the scene from there. Boys, what do you want to do?
This is his place, right?
Yep.
Oi.
Shh.
Don't let it.
Try to pat off the mud off everyone. Got to look nice. Got to look nice.
What you talking about getting looking nice? Yeah, yeah, damn
You know that-
tall
that-
ones.
The one person at the college party who has to go talk to the cops.
Gotta look nice.
Like,
He's the drunkest right
sober.
now.
I'm sober.
Okay. Karam, I've got you on the map, but not as a friendly, as a neutral. Can you see yourself? Because I have you hidden.
Yes, I can see myself.
Okay.
We can't see.
So from that point of view, no, you're not supposed to. Not supposed to. He's hiding. So you guys are focused on the building. You're at the right place. Can you see your minis on the map?
Yes.
Hey.
They're using lighting here. Maybe if I spread this around. The building is 30 feet wide at the front, double doors right on the front. And the building goes back 10, 20, 30 feet to one side door, 40, 55 feet to the very back. And when the back wall comes out and sticks out 10 feet off the left side, so the building is slightly L-shaped. These dimensions are pretty much obvious to you just walking past it up to it, because it's kind of on the corner of an intersection.
This is an important question. Albrecht, do you want me to do the talking? You've been drinking a bit much tonight.
Oh, the answer to that one is a confident no. Never.
Okay. I wanted to make sure you drank enough. That was my concern.
So, Albrecht walks up to the front doors.
Okay. So just curious, so if he said, yeah, go ahead, you know he's too inebriated and this counter's going to go sideways, is that...
Oh, we would have gone back to the tavern.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't feel like talking, so.
Like, who are you? Get out of his skin.
And I'll give a light knock and then open the door.
All right.
Stepping through the threshold.
Okay. I will have you guys roll your perception made page initiative, since this is, they have a hostage and they're threatening arson. Okay. Doesn't mean it has to go to combat, but I would like some sort of initiative order from the lot of you. Main page.
33.
Nice.
34.
It's because Aiden's out here. He's not sucking up all the 30 plus rolls. What'd you get, Matt? Karam?
I got a 21 total.
Okay.
So, hello?
Drew?
Not 20 for 40.
Ooh.
Man. What? Oh.
There are two exits. One goes onto the main street, one goes on to the side of the other intersection. There are no windows from your vantage point. So starting with Karam, would you try to move to a more advantageous position to see them? Or would you pull back or get closer to look for a window or listen to the door, keyhole, that kind of thing, to see how the meeting goes down? Or are you more interested in sitting this out and just seeing who gets out alive? I mean, if any slaves, they didn't bring anybody here, unless they're going to sell the cleric.
I think I'd like to find a window. I'm curious if they are purchasing.
Okay. You came from one alley across the back of the building where they haven't been. You get to the corner. So now you're past the building on this corner here.
Mm-hmm.
And you see no window but a single side door. And they're at the front of the building, probably looking at whatever stands for a front door. So unless there's a window tucked in on the inside of the lip of the L, no window so far.
Okay.
You have movement, because I've started the clock with you on this corner. So you could move up, use the door, or you could do a triple move and start making your way around the building looking for a said window.
I think I'll go up to the door to the south, and then I'll just start listening in well, depending on what happens.
Yep, give me perception in the tower when it comes around to your turn, and we'll talk about how much you observed.
Okay.
Okay. This workshop, gentlemen, is large enough to hold multiple wagons at once. A fireplace and a forge stand opposite the machinery, next to a narrow door. 2 other doors lead north. Those are the ones you're coming through. 2 other doors at the back of the building lead north. One's tucked in an alcove behind what looks like a bar, and the other is a double door leads to what looks like a storeroom, slightly ajar. There's a wooden sign reading private on the double doors. Can you guys all see this on the map here? Is this all lit up sufficiently?
Except for the actual fireplace, but yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Starting with Vicar. The last thing that happened that started us off is he knocked on the door and wanted to go in.
I will proceed to walk beside.
Okay. Stepping past Muros through the door that's already open.
Now I can actually see more.
Yep. Taking in the room. If you guys feel you're not burning enough actions of 3, feel free to throw perceptions into the tower, and I'll observe them and maybe point little things out to you. Bring us to Muros.
I will walk in.
Okay. Do you want to open the door in front of you, or do you want to go through the open?
No, I'll give it a good creak.
Okay. I'm in. Okay.
And I will.
Guys all form up.
And there's nobody apparent standing off.
No one just on the other side, just us. The room appears empty at a sweep.
All right. Okay. I will take.
You open the door, you step in, you look around.
Yeah.
Give me perception in the door, everybody, in the tower.
Not the initiative perception, because that will change your order roll, wouldn't it?
Yes, the one on the skill. Oh, he's learning. Look at it.
He's learning.
Yeah, might want to keep the skill tab up until we get to the main combat page.
In the tower.
In the tower, the mighty tower.
There is a soft light coming out underneath the double doors. They're slightly ajar, and you see shadows in there, like there's someone in there.
Albert, do you want to shoot to see which one of us goes first, or would you like to,
Albert turns around. Says, close the doors. We are born in a barn.
Yes, you know that.
Dude, I'm going to give you a hero point for that. That was awesome. Because I can call that role playing. You know I was. You get a hero point for that, Messina.
Thank you.
That was good. But before, as you guys are arguing, before you can actually act and your turn comes around, a human opens a door, and 2, actually, and a man steps forward into the room. This man.
He looks a little sickly.
He does. Human, although that looks like a morning star, he's classified as carrying a mace, a couple of long daggers, dressed somewhat militant.
With it?
Kind of looks like the long blue coats of the Victorian age, like red coats for the British and the blue coats for the Americans. Like, kind of got that whole blue coat vibe going on with the shoulder pads, high collar, the big, I don't know what you call that clothing, but the long cloak and the sort of tight white pants for riding.
It's called Long Johns. He's wearing this bloody Long Johns in front of us, folks. And that's called the Bowie Bulge. For crying out loud.
It is the middle of the night, and I am the Goblin King.
Apparently so. Goblin, indeed.
Thank you for accepting my invitation, friends. And yes, Your Wainwright is fine. And he turns sideways, and over his shoulder, not only do you see a woman in a heavy cloak and leather standing beside him at the adjacent door, 15 feet back, there's a room full of crates and storage. You guys see the Wainwright unconscious, tied up, and guarded, knife to the side of his throat, another woman cloaked up. If our conversation goes well, he'll stay fine. And he looks at you guys over and tests something and switches to Dwarven. Just so we're on the up and up, I don't want you to think I would eavesdrop or have me know something that you wouldn't want me to know, spoiling our negotiations. I've arranged this meeting to ask you about a former associate and perhaps offer you a job. And I have no reason to see anyone hurt, particularly not the poor, exhausted gentleman in the room behind me. So, if you're of the inclination, I have a few questions for you. And we'll see you all next time.